You know where to go when you get into the hot water. Doesn't matter which sea or scenario. We can get into the stock market or mutual funds or options trading or private mortgage lending. There's all kinds of areas you can go put your money to work. But where can you mitigate your risk and have more control and more autonomy over the decisions? Where can you be confident about the decisions that you're making? The only way to increase that level of confidence is to first work on you. So the number one thing you should be investing in is you. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't. What exactly should I be investing in right now? I've been looking around, doing some searching. I'm checking out some things on YouTube. I hear a lot of good things about many different kinds of investments that are out there, different asset classes, and then different strategies. But man, it's like a sea of opportunity and confusion, and I just can't make up my mind. I'm not sure where I should be investing my money, my capital right now. Well, my name is Richard Canfield. I'm with Ascendant Financial. I'm an authorized infinite banking practitioner. And the key thing I want you to take away, the number one key thing from this video is you should be investing in you. The number one thing that matters most is you, your education, your knowledge, what's between your ears, and how is that guiding you to make constructive, advantageous decisions for your financial life, for your family. Now, there's lots of investment types. There's lots of investment styles, classes of things that are out there. Each and every one of them requires a level of education. You need to have some kind of knowledge base around what's that type of activity. Let's just name a couple just off the top of my head. So you can invest in, as an example, cryptocurrencies. Well, if we just crack open that doorway, there's, I don't know, several thousand of these types of coins that are out there and ICOs that are available. We all know about the big kahuna on the block, which is Bitcoin and some of the other big players. But what are the reasons why you would want to be investing in that? How do you go about investing in it? How do you protect it? How do you make the transfers and the transactions and cold storage wallets and all this kind of associated activity? Now, would it be important to learn about that before you get started? The answer is yes. Now, that's just one category. That's one asset class. Now we come over here into the world of investment real estate. We have tons of clients, tons of people who watch our videos, watch our channel, gobble up our content, watch our podcasts that are real estate investors. Real estate's been known for a long, long time to be a solid, stable asset class because you can produce cash flow, a roof over your head, shelter is one of the basic human needs. So these are some logical reasons why you might want to consider, quote unquote, investing there. But real estate's a pretty broad category. What's the strategy are you going to use? Are you going to do long-term buy and hold strategy? Are you going to be doing suited apartments like suited rentals where you have an up-down duplex or a side-by-side duplex? Are you going to be looking at apartment buildings if you have more capital base? Where would you be doing that? Should you understand about cap rates? What do you need to know about mortgage rates and the direction of mortgage rates? What do you need to know about the rental market? What do you need to know about the jobs in the area? Do you want to do wholesaling and flipping type projects and rehabs and renos? So the types and number of strategies around the category of investment real estate, man, it's a laundry list. There's a lot of information out there. Now, you may already be doing some of this stuff, and you might be able to get really proficient at one or two, maybe even three of these areas. It gets a little bit trickier to get proficient at all of those areas. And so what's really important is that if you invest in this first, and you learn a strategy that you feel good about, that hits home for you, that makes sense to you, it checks off a lot of boxes about who you are as a human being, the goals and objectives you have, and a really important box that you're checking off is that you have access to the core information, good mentoring or good coaching, and you know where to go when you get into the hot water. Doesn't matter which sea or scenario. We can get into the stock market or mutual funds or options trading or private mortgage lending. There's all kinds of areas you can go put your money to work. But where can you mitigate your risk and have more control and more autonomy over the decisions? Where can you be confident about the decisions that you're making? The only way to increase that level of confidence is to first work on you. So the number one thing you should be investing in is you. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't be looking at putting your money into other areas. But until you get you sorted out and you get really clear on your objectives and the style and the type of investing mechanism or model that you want to go down, it's really hard to drill into those nitty-gritty details so that you can get really proficient. Really important. whatever type of investing you're doing, you have to keep your tabs on it. You have to be actively involved in your financial life. If you want to set it and forget it financial life, what's going to happen is that you're going to have set it and forget it financial results. Well, I don't know about you, but have you ever set and forget, some food on the stove and then the water boils over and you got a big mess, or you burn toast in the toaster? If you set it and forget it, sometimes that doesn't always work out so well. The end result actually could be pretty bad. If you let the toaster go and the toaster malfunctions, you might end in a position where you burn your house down. Certainly, you're going to end up with some burnt toast. I don't know about you, I'm not a big fan of burnt toast. So you don't want your financial life to end up becoming burnt toast. You have to really pay attention and get focused on your financial education, and encourage your spouse and your family members to come along their journey with you. Be willing to invest a little bit in yourself, and probability is you might have to spend a little bit of money on some courses. Now, a lot of the information you need, you can probably find it on YouTube. The thing is, even though you're getting it there, are you getting it from the right source? What's that source material like? Does it feel right? Does it feel like you're getting the appropriate information? Is it relative to your area, your jurisdiction? You're getting American content, but you live in Canada, or vice versa. Another thing to be aware of is there's an old expression that says garbage in, garbage out. So if you're taking in a lot of garbage information, you're probably going to end up spitting out a lot of garbage results. So be really clear that, whoever it is that you're following and you're doing research on, and you're getting your details from, they're either practicing what you want to know, they can demonstrate that with a level of proficiency, and they're actually teaching you and educating you. There's a lot of things in life where you can get some great free information. It's available all over the place. But for a lot of the things you want to get, you might have to be willing to stroke a check in order to learn some high quality information. As an example, I'll give you a quick idea. I'm a member of a coaching organization called Strategic Coach. I'm a big fan. Shout out to Dan Sullivan and Strategic Coach organization. By paying an annual commitment to be a part of that organization, what it's done is it's increased the bar of the caliber and type of relationships and entrepreneurs I get to associate with. And the conversations we get to have is at this level because that's the commitment and that's the requirement in order to be in that level of an organization. And so you get to attract and work with the type of people you want to be working with. And so that same thing can be said if you want to learn a lot about, investment real estate as an example, or options trading. And I'm not saying you want to just go and blindly stroke a check for an expensive course. What I'm saying is get really clear on who's putting that course on, what's the value they provide, can they demonstrate to you they're actually receiving results, and are you going to be connected to a community of people? Is there a membership? Is there a private Facebook group? Is there connection and follow-up and relationships that you can build after the fact that will allow you to have that accountability mechanism that you need to really be successful? You can fill this brain with all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't apply any of that knowledge, you're not going to get any results. So again, circling back, the most important thing to invest in is you. Lots of other places you can go put your money, but if you don't have this sorted out and it's not in alignment with who you are as an individual, your goals and objectives as a family unit or as a business owner, you're probably going to run into some bumps on the road. And you know what? Even if all that stuff is in alignment, you might still get some bumps on the road, but you'll probably be able to mitigate the size of the bumps. Maybe they're bumps and not hills. The hills and the valleys aren't as dramatic and wide as, for example, the stock market can be if you know how to play the game. And so you get to learn the rules of the game by working with good coaches and good mentors. Now, a lot of people get confused about the concept of certain types of insurance assets, such as life insurance. And often they get confused thinking that life insurance, the cash value sector of life insurance, is actually an investment product. And it really isn't if you understand how it works and functions properly. For a lot of people, that can be a replacement for their savings mechanism. And from that resource where you can build up a warehouse of available capital, utilizing leverage and proper collateral, you can utilize capital to go and do the investing, whether it's in yourself or in a piece of investment real estate, or again, Bitcoin or the stock market, whatever the thing is that you want to do. You can use this reservoir, a warehouse of capital that you've built up in quality, high cash value insurance. We got lots of videos on our channel that you can subscribe to learn all about what we recommend for that purpose. but you can utilize capital in more than one place, plus protect your family. It can allow you to mitigate certain levels of risk, and it's a effective, useful storage location that allows you to have constant compounding, put your capital into motion, but not trap everything so you don't have liquidity. Most other styles of capital outlay create a liquidity crunch for people. You can only do the job of one thing. When you have properly designed high cash value insurance, you have a capital pile that's accumulating and growing and growing and growing. As it's accumulating, you can access that by utilizing that vehicle, that insurance cash value as collateral. And thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it very useful. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Check out some of our other great content that's appearing on the screen right now, and have an incredible financial life.